Breaking news. Arsenal have made an offer for Declan Rice. Apparently it's been rejected, and Man City are lurking as well. There's good news in this. There's some potentially concerning news. We're going to explore it all, but it is coming from the best of sources, and that is David Ornstein. This is on the bid front and the Man City front. It's Alex Crook of TalkSport who is saying that the bid has been rejected. Now, this is just going to rumble on throughout the day. There's going to be so much. We're going to try to keep you on top of all of it. But here's what you need to know. Arsenal have made an opening offer to West Ham for Declan Rice. Apparently, Tim Lewis and Karen Brady were in lots of talks in Hampshire on Wednesday. Apparently, Edu and Richard Garlick have been a big part of it as well. But Premier League champions Man City are also actively exploring an approach of their own for the 24-year-old. This comes from David Ornstein. It's an exclusive from him. Alex Crook with his own breaking news that West Ham have rejected the opening bid from Arsenal. He does go on to say, though, that it's not unusual to lowball with the first offers and that the Gunners have indicated they are willing to go to 100 million plus. And then he's also supported what's been said about Man City lurking in the background with all this. Now, okay, but we need to gather our thoughts here. So let's take the positive news. Moving ahead, they're clearly progressing. Arsenal have made their bid. That's about it on the bid front. That's probably it in terms of the good news. Let's go into the more concerning news. On that bid itself, it's been rejected early. Now, Arsenal have been in talks with West Ham for what we know to be months and months and months. They surely have a very good idea of what West Ham want. Now, we don't actually know exactly what that offer is. It might have been around 90-95 and they're holding up for the 100 million mark. It might not have been an insulting offer. It wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal went in at 80 million or something, but we don't really know the full numbers yet, and I'm going to keep refreshing my phone as I'm recording this breaking news to try and let you know if we get any more details around that. The other slightly concerning news that Man City are now lurking. Now, I actually did a video on my own channel where I was basically trying to predict where I thought midfielders would go. And I said that, look, if Man City come in for Rice and they come in fairly seriously for him, I actually think he's going to go there because Phillips hasn't, he's had his injury problems, hasn't been massively trusted in that role, and he can play box to box. Pep Guardiola has been a big admirer. And actually, Man City, would it surprise me if they just let Arsenal do all the negotiation, get West Ham to a price, City then look at where they are and then go, cool, we'll come in and match that? That wouldn't surprise me massively. But I don't know. I think we've got to keep an eye on that one. I think the thing we keep hearing is that Declan Rice has given his word to Arsenal and is fully committed to Arsenal and wants to stay in London. We'll keep hearing all those things. So this is a real test of Manchester City's pull. Are Man City, the treble winners, who have won 5 or 4 of the last 5 Premier Leagues or 5 of the last 6, whatever it is, with Pep Guardiola, who've been growing and growing and growing. We're now hearing that Man City are a bigger club than Arsenal. Is their pool big enough? I don't believe that, by the way. Is their pool big enough to completely scupper what has been, a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting from Arsenal to try and get this deal done for Declan Rice? I think it's very finely poised because I think Arsenal have done a lot of work. And if I were to just sit here and make a bold prediction on ultimately where I think he'll end up, I think Arsenal will have done too much work. I don't think Declan Rice is in a position where he'll have his mind changed drastically. But look, when Man City come knocking, I think you ultimately listen. And I think the one thing we can expect is that this will maybe slow the deal down. With a lot of the breaking news we've been covering here, it suggested that the two clubs were very, very close, Arsenal and West Ham, on having an agreement, and then everything was sorted with Rice, so this would move along quite quickly. And then with all the Havertz news we've been hearing, they're going to move aggressively for Havertz. They're just getting Rice done, and then they'll go for it. Caicedo as well is lingering there. We're waiting to see what happens there. And ultimately, this could really slow things down if Man City come in. I don't think it will ultimately change where he ends up. I still think he'll end up an Arsenal player. That is just a personal opinion of mine, based on what we've been hearing. But I think Man City could really complicate the deal and just slow things down. I think they'll want to hear out the offer. If they offer more than Arsenal, then West Ham might say, listen, the treble winners have come knocking and this is a better deal and we want to agree to that. I think that could make things tricky for Arsenal. Where I'm slightly disappointed on the Arsenal front, and I actually got to apologise to Jordan on Forever Arsenal because he was saying that he had concerns about the pace at which this deal was moving, and I defended the club. I said, well, look, they're doing a lot of the difficult negotiation now, so that come the actual bid, they know what West Ham will roughly want. They'll offer that, and things will move pretty swimmingly. But you'd think as an Arsenal fan I'd have learned that's not how Arsenal do things. An opening bid has gone in, it's been rejected. But apparently they've let West Ham know they'll go to around 100 million. All they've got to ask West Ham is, what do you want? What do you want? Maybe they actually know that. And they're going, we don't want to pay that. So we're just going to start offering and just see if you can be tempted to accept one of these deals. But ultimately, I thought they'd have done more work so that we're not at a point where bids are coming in and being rejected, or Arsenal going to throw in 2-3 bids before this gets done. I'd have thought they'd get to a point where the two clubs would have been pretty kind of understanding of what was needed and that they go and get that done. So that is a little disappointing. Now, let me just refresh my phone. Apologies, everyone. Just to see if there's any more news. I think there is. Let me just have a little look. So, yeah, according to Jacob Steinberg, West Ham have turned down Arsenal's opening offer, and that has also been covered by Sami Mokbel. So everyone is saying the same. The opening offer has been turned down. Let's see. And let's also see what Man City do. I think this is, I will say, they only spent last summer 50 million on Calvin Phillips. Gundogan, they're trying to tie down to a new deal, and I actually think between them and Barcelona, one of them will do that. And then you've got the, unless Gundogan, I don't know. And then you've got the Kovacic deal for Man City. Are they going to throw 100 million at Rice? They might. But they don't need him like Arsenal need him. So I don't know. We will see. Very finely poised. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy this breaking news. There will be a transfer daily coming where Robbie will give his thoughts on all this and cover transfers more generally as well. But that's been the breaking news. Arsenal have made a bid for Declan Rice. It has been rejected, and Man City are waiting to see what happens because they are considering their own approach for Declan Rice as well. Yeah, we will see what happens. I think it's got pretty tense in this deal. I didn't think it'd be so easy, but I didn't think this many complications would be thrown up. So let's see what happens. Many thanks. We'll see you in a bit.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. We are back, but who's coming in? Could we be bringing in the next Dennis Bergkamp? Or maybe the new Thierry Henry? Whoever it is, we'll be keeping you updated here on AFTV every single day from when the window opens on the 14th of June till the 1st of September when the window shuts. Right here on Transfer Daily, the original. Check it out here. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.